Good afternoon. It is afternoon. Good afternoon, Queen family. How are you? What is going on? How is your New Year's? So far, we have made it almost a week. It's almost Sunday. So we almost, well, you can say a week. You know, a couple days of New Year's. And so far, so good. So far, so good. I've been happier. Everything's great. And in my last night's video, I said I was going to do more videos, so, well, bam. And also, I know you noticed, like, oh my goodness, you're rocking the fro. Yes, I'm rocking the fro because you want to know why? I had to take out my braids on New Year's Day. So literally, the moment I came back from the Ferris wheel and stuff like that with Bae, and I'm probably going to do like a cute little montage of what I did. It's going to be a separate video, but it won't be relevant to this. But it's gonna be all cute, it's gonna be adorable. And anyways, I had to cut my hair, like cut the fake hair and detangle. Oh, it was a mess. And then you saw me with the thing. Yeah, that was fun until you had to wash your hair, and it took like forever and ages. But anyways, so in the last video I said that I was gonna talk about a certain celebrity that uses his mental illness as I don't know what he uses it as. Like, it just makes me mad that people take something that's really dangerous to certain people, like me, as a game. And the person I'm talking about is who other than the most annoying baby man himself, Mr. Kanye West. Now, if anybody has seen the Us trailer, I feel like the old Kanye is probably on the other side, like, you're just like, why did you take my body? Like, what? Why? Anyways, so I say him because I want to say a couple months back, maybe. Was it months or weeks? I don't know. It was a couple months or weeks back. And I was just, you know, chilling with my family. Yeah, it was a couple weeks. So a couple weeks back, I was just chilling with my family. And oh no, it's gonna die. Okay, sorry about that. So the camera was like gonna die and I had to do something, so I put a new battery in. Anyways, I was chilling with my family and I'm watching this TV show, and I forgot his name. I'll probably put in his name, you know, it's probably gonna be like right here somewhere on the screen. But he was with Charlemagne the God, and I love Charlemagne because he is someone, I don't aspire to be exactly like him. I just aspire to just have like 5% filter and then the other half just be like, this is how I feel. So anyways, Charlemagne came out with a book and he talks about depression and anxiety, and it's something that I have, and it is a hard thing to deal with, especially if you're someone who just is the kindest person in the world. Like, the happiest people always seem to have the most depression. So people, if you have friends who are like really, really happy like me, check up on them every other day, and don't just be like, how are you? No, be like, truly, how are you? Are you okay? So anyways, I was watching the show and they were talking about Kanye. And Kanye was at the White House with Donald Trump, and he was telling him, oh, I don't have this, you know, I don't have this thing because, you know, I was just sleep deprived. And then I'm just like, wait, what? Because, you know me, I'm understanding whether I know you or I don't know you, whether you're from the YouTube world, my world, celebrity world, whatever world you're from, I don't care. But if you're saying you have depression and anxiety and you got all these things going on, and then you go to someone who's separating families, someone who has, you know, hurt women and children and stuff like that, and then you're gonna say, oh, I don't have these things, that's a red flag for me. Because then, as soon as him and Drake decided to have a little feud and stuff like that, why, I don't know. Someone please take Kanye's phone, because there is seriously something wrong and no one's really taking care of him. And I mean that in the dearest bit of my heart. So, like, all of a sudden, you know, Ariana, and I love Ariana sometimes, and this was the one moment I was like, this is kind of funny, because she was saying, like, you know, hey guys, you know, let's stop bickering, because, you know, me and Miley are making a song, or her and somebody were making a song. And then Kanye wants to be in the comments like, oh, I know you're trying to be funny, but you shouldn't be doing that with someone who has a mental illness, and da 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 da. First of all, you just said you didn't have a mental illness while you were with the president. Now you're telling everybody that you do. This is what we're not gonna do. You're not gonna be someone that other kids and people look up to and then lie about something. Whether you're ashamed of it or not, I wouldn't know personally, because I'm not him. But my thing is, if you have a mental illness, okay, it happens. It's a part of life. Some people get it, some people don't. But if you're gonna lie to certain groups of people and say that you have this thing, and then next thing you know, you just magically don't, it doesn't. I'm telling you right now, depression and anxiety never goes away. You don't just, and then it's like, oh my goodness, it's all gone. It's so, because I thought that happened to me too. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that, oh, you know, all my anxiety is gone, all my, no, it's smoke and mirrors. Like, and the fact that people were like, yeah, Ariana, nah. I'm like, first of all, y'all better stop. You better leave that girl alone. Y'all need to attack Kanye the way you guys attack other celebrities, because now you cross the borderline from being a crybaby man to being someone who, to me, I feel like you're just playing around with emotions. And I don't appreciate that. I don't like that I don't like the fact that he gets away with something so serious. You can't just say that you have this thing, then say that you don't, then say that you do again. You've been teeter-tottering, and no one's, and it looks like his family does not care. And I say his family because apparently, you know, if a Tyrone, I'm sorry, y'all. But like, it's just, you can't have that luxury. I'm sorry. I don't care how rich you are. You should not have that luxury. You shouldn't have that kind of power to where you can be like, oh, I just defy science. No. I'm calling it, like, whether I become famous or not, and famous people, please pull this video up. I don't care. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to work with someone who does stuff like that. Same thing with someone who says, oh, well, I don't condone bullying, but then you're bullying somebody. Or you say, oh, I don't, you know, basically that. That's the most serious thing. Like, what? That's not okay. And then he always gets away with it, and everyone just brushes it off. Like, people, I don't know about you, but I feel like he's crying for help. I feel like he really needs help. And y'all just saying, oh, look at Kim and Kanye. They're just, oh my goodness, they're so cute. Look at the little kids. Man, I feel sorry for the kids. Those kids have their dad's DNA. And if they're going to get neglected, like Kanye's getting neglected, and I'm letting you know now, like, if you get neglected and you have depression and anxiety, you're just going to keep going until someone says, hey, what's wrong? Whether that means that you lash out at them and then say sorry, or you cry and tell them what's wrong, I feel like this is what Kanye's doing. I feel like he's lashing out at certain people for no apparent reason, or he's ranting and stuff like that. Like, you're not just going to do that. That's not okay. That's not what we're going to be doing. And everyone's just going to let that, they're just going to let that fly by. They're just going to let that be like, oh, Kanye's just being Kanye, whatever. No, that's not okay. That's not right. And y'all just gonna let that happen because, what, he's a celebrity? People, look at what ignoring, mental signs are doing. It's killing artists. It's killing people. It's causing people to hurt their own families or hurt themselves. You guys are literally letting him hurt himself by hurting others. And I bet you one of these weeks he's going to start a rant. It's going to hurt someone's feelings. Then he's going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, it's another mental illness. I am calling the bluff. I am so tired of it. Say what you want. And I am going to stick by this. I don't like when people keep using it as an excuse. If you have a mental illness, please go get help. I'm getting help. Other artists and athletes too are going out and advocating for that. Go to therapy, talk to your pastor, talk to a person that you trust, somebody. You cannot live a life like his. You cannot just pretend that you're fine and then lash out at people, or just being like me and just saying that you're fine, and then next thing you know you're crying in the middle of the night while your significant other is next to you, or you're crying in the middle of class, or for other people's crying in the middle of work. That's not okay. People are going to think that there's something wrong, and you know that there's something wrong, but you're just too afraid to get help. And honestly, put your pride to the side. Whether you're a male or female, put your pride to the side and get help, because your life is not that big and grand to where you can't get help. You need help. I needed help, and if I need help, and whether you know it or not, I'm one of those people that barely ask for help unless it involves music. So it's like, me asking for help about my mental illness is like the biggest step I have ever taken in my life, from 2018 to 2019, and I'm still going. I'm feeling better, and like, you all, like, you just don't understand. Like, you need to get help. This man needs help. And I don't appreciate that he's doing these things. I don't appreciate that he is saying these things because kids are watching. Kids are looking at these things. You may think that, oh, kids aren't paying attention. Kids can lie on the internet. I've done it too. I bet some of y'all have lied. I bet when you guys first went on porn and stuff like that, you guys like, oh, you must be 18 years old or older, and you guys were like doing the numbers on your fingers, like, yeah, this date matches up to the age, and you guys saw what you weren't supposed to see when you guys were in the elementary or middle school. You did it. But now it's so big and grand to now you got Twitter, you got Instagram, you got Snapchat. People are looking at you. Whether you are a celebrity in the real world or not, people are looking at you. They look at you, for some people for guidance, some people for inspiration. And some of these kids look at you because, their older sibling, said, hey, this is who I recommend that you listen to or pay attention to because they helped me. But unfortunately, the people that we grew up with aren't the same anymore. I'm going to tell you that right now. I grew up with Kanye, and he was like, yeah, he was crazy, but it wasn't crazy to the point where he is right now. Like, this is the kind of crazy where I can't even respect it anymore. Like, what? I can't. I really, really can't. And again, you can have your own opinion, but I finally watched a full video of him at TMZ and stuff like that. I have never felt so much anger towards someone in a long time. And again, you can have your own opinion. You can have your own thing. I don't care what anyone says. But that man, once that man said, oh, slavery was an option, I was like, dude, if I was famous, I would pimp slap you, bro. And I mean it. Because what? It's a choice. Now, people may say, well, yeah, maybe it's a choice because XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. Now, let me tell. Now, this is my example. So, you say it's a choice. So, let's say Donald Trump decides that, slavery's back. Okay, it's back. Now, you got majority of the people in the U.S. are African Americans or minorities. We all come together. We're all in a group. Now, Kanye says it's a choice. So, you saying, hey, let's just leave. Guess what, Kanye? If you decide to leave, unfortunately, you may get A, whipped to the back or the face, or B, shot dead in front of your family and friends that love you near and dear to their hearts. Those are your only two options. Third option is to be the yes man, which is yes massa, yes this, yes that. Doesn't even, basically betraying the pack that you grew up with. And it's like, I look back in African American history, and it's like, it's not a choice, because I feel like they were thinking like I was thinking. Like, you're thinking about surviving. You're thinking about living. You're trying to survive the next day. Whatever that means, you got to survive. If that means that you get whipped but you get to survive and see your kids, that's what you do. And I feel like that's still with us to this day. African Americans, we don't care if we got to stay up till 10 in the morning to 5 in the morning, from 10 to 5 a.m. It don't matter, as long as we provide for our kids and get to see our kids. But it's like, we have to survive. And I feel like that was their mind mentality. Because I feel like there was some, like, and I don't know, because again, I wasn't there, I wouldn't know, only God knows. Like, there was probably a slave that was like, hey, it's a choice, let's go out. And that person probably got shot. And then the other ones were like, okay, well, let's think of a strategy. And then more African Americans thought of different ways to save others. Now, I feel like that might be the reason why, he said it was a choice, because so many other slaves were like, here's Harriet Tubman, and I forgot this one other guy. He created the biggest revolution that only lasted, I think, 12 hours. And I feel like that might be the reason why he was like, it's a choice. It's not a choice, it's survival. Again, my opinion, say what you want. But anyways, I'm gonna just conclude on that. Like, say what you want, say what you need, talk to your friends, talk to your families, because the happiest people are the ones who need the most help. And Queen family, we're still growing. I look back at my channel, and I saw that I have 14 followers. So we're back. Come on, let's get to 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80, then 90, then 100, and then you get the rest. Like, you guys get it. So the Queen family, we still growing, we're still getting wonderful, we're still having that melanin love, we're still having a wonderful time. So please love and support your fellow man and woman. Oh, and speaking of men, and I'm gonna leave it to this, because now I gotta do like some research, and I really don't want to, but I'm gonna do research. But what is it, in 2018, in like the late 2018, not in December, but I guess like October maybe, yeah, around October, November, I saw on my phone that guys are gonna have birth control now. So all you guys out there that are like, oh, I don't want to wear condom, it's the same thing. Well, now you guys get to go through what we go through. I don't know what the side effects are, but birth control on the way. So y'all can't say, oh, well, I don't want to take. Now you got options. You got so many options to where there should be no children that you don't want. And if you do want them, make sure that it's with the person you love and care about, near and dear to your heart. So, but that concluded. Please like, subscribe, and please post that notification on so that you know when I have uploaded new videos. And spread the Queen family love to your friends, your family, your aunts, your uncles. I don't know if he's coming in the door or not, but spread the love, please. And again, from the words of RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? Queen family, we are out. 2019, better than before, better than ever.